Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Unknown Hobo. As always, I'm your host, Marlon. I'm pretty sure I'm confused at least 300% of the time. So today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic in self-improvement world, and that I came across that I didn't even know was like a thought process for self-improvement. And it's how self-improvement will ruin your life, or how it has ruined your life, whatever verbiage it may be. And I thought about it and I realized that no matter what happens in the world, like there's always a different side to the coin. And with self-improvement, even though the premise of self-improvement is to improve oneself, intent matters. So let's go over how self-improvement may have ruined your life, or my life, or your neighbor's life, or your auntie, you know, the really cute one. So at least cute for me. Anyways, so pretty much when it comes to self-improvement, and apparently from my understanding, like self-improvement isn't this weird magical thing that you should be doing as like a hobby. I'm just going to improve in general. Normally you pick a focus and you improve in that aspect of your life. Apparently there are people that think just saying, I'm going to improve in general, that's setting yourself up for failure. There's like a big thing by Zig Ziglar, if I remember correctly, that says if you don't have a plan and if you aim for nothing, you'll always miss or you'll always fail. So the same thing applies to self-improvement. Like you have to pick a goal and work towards that goal. You can have multiple goals. Like me, I'm generally trying to improve myself as a whole. That's being general, but there's definitely specific aspects like my body. I'm physically going to the gym a lot more. I'm reading a lot more because I know there's a lot of stuff as far as like relationships go and human interactions and finances and a few different aspects that I want to be better at, but I have specific focuses. So that's my thought process on that. Now, I did a video on my original channel a long time ago about like 3 of the bad outcomes from self-improvement, which I'll do another video or another episode on those topics next. So look out for that one. But just to hint on some of the big things that lead you down this path of bad habits. Self-improvement does lead or come from a few different places. Of course, it's the insatiable need, I said it correctly. I'm actually proud. The need to improve yourself overall. And it can come from, as I said, a few places. Now, it could come from feeling inadequate. It could come from a feeling of superiority. It can come from many places, but it's always your perspective. So same way someone can say self-improvement ruins my life, you can say self-improvement made my life better. It's all perspective, and just make sure you focus on something. So if you're in a bad camp of saying self-improvement, how am I starting the word self-improvement? But like, if you're in the camp of saying self-improvement ruined your life, you sure? You sure it was self-improvement, or was it something else? It could be your indecisiveness. It could be something else. The whole premise of self-improvement is to improve. So some of the videos I watched online and some of the other articles, they're saying in the quest for self-improvement, you miss out on the actual thing that you're trying to improve on. So human interaction. So talking to people, learning about people, or let's say woodworking or whatever it may be. Yeah, of course, you can learn from doing the actual thing. But when it comes to either reading books or trying to self-improve in another facet that doesn't involve the physical thing you're doing, not physical, but the process that you're preparing for, whether it's talking to people, workshop, coding, whatever it may be, it's still preparing you in some way for that interaction. Now, a lot of the books I've been currently reading are about human interaction as a whole. So I'm a extroverted introvert. So I have the ability to be very extroverted overall, but I still have my social meter that gets drained. So to make everything as more efficient as possible, I read a lot more about human interactions, how to deal with people, how to handle certain situations. Now, these are all generalities, and I don't take everything in the books that I read word for word, but I like the information there because I can 100% tell you majority of the books that I've read about how to deal with people has come in handy. Or I can just go talk to random people and wing it. Because at the end of the day, the more you understand how people's thought processes works and how tonality or body language and all those little random things, it makes things easier. And I'll use an example. So there's this one thing in the like switch called the spotlight effect, or it's in the Black Swan. It's one of those two books, but it's called the spotlight effect. So what happens is us as humans, we instinctively, for some weird reason, think everyone's looking at us. And if we're trying to do something, whether it's mimicking someone's other form to have them feel more comfortable, whatever it may be, we think people are looking at us. Well, the same way we're super focused on ourselves, everyone else is super focused on themselves also. And that was actually a little bit of an epiphany I had, because this whole time I thought, I'm just a weirdo for always thinking people are looking at me. Why does anybody focus on themselves? And they are. We all think the same way. Now, this wouldn't be something I would figure out by myself for a long time. Well, guess what? I read a book about it. So don't say self-improvement ruined anything. It's something else. Because the premise of self-improvement is to improve. If you're not improving, then there's something else that's stopping you. You have to take a proper look at yourself and realize, why am I not getting better? Why is this not getting better at this? Like, don't just blame some arbitrary word. Like, it's like saying, I'm going to be a truck driver, right? And then say, you don't want to drive trucks, or to say you've never driven a truck in your life. How are you going to say you're a truck driver? You've never done anything related to it. It doesn't make sense. Same way you can say like self-improvement. Well, that was a horrible example. Anyways, you know what I mean? It makes no sense. That's perfect. It makes no sense. Anyways, I just wanted to address this topic because like self-improvement won't ruin your life. It makes no sense. Like, unless you're doing something at a fast pace, or like, man, I want to self-improve and make a bunch of money. Let me go join, what is that, Don Locke or whatever that guy's name's class and spend half of my life savings and get 50 credit cards. That's not self-improvement's fault. That is just you being really bad at like realizing what the hell you're doing. That is a what's the proper word? Self-evaluation issue. So like, at the end of the day, my guys, and everyone that's listening to it, like, self-improvement is not going to ruin your life. If you're self-improvement and self-improving and things are getting bad, is it actually getting bad? Or is it just things are getting a lot better? Because at the end of the day, things aren't going to be easy. So things will get hard. And generally, they're getting harder because you're trying something new. You're going against the grain. So is it bad, or is it just getting harder? And if you go through this hard section, will this make everything better? But besides, I just want to touch on this topic. I didn't really write anything down. It was just something that I read. I was like, how is this a proper mindset? But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, has self-improving at all ruined your life? Like, at all? I don't know. It's made mine a lot better. In comparison, it made me at one point understand people too much, but I don't give people much leeway, or will actually give people a lot of leeway. But anyways, yeah, definitely message me either on Instagram, or if you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments below, or wherever you are. Let me know. Has self-improvement ruined your life? I want to see. Might make this a poll. Anyways, as always, shut the front door.